Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. I hope you had a great weekend. Back now with some more Frozen Fortunes. Let's get into things. But before we do that, of course, it's time to thank new patrons. Now, we talked about Trondheim Hatter in the Sunday video, and again, massive thank you to you, but also we had Matej Malešević. So again, thank you to you, and thank you to all of you that are on the Patreon, and all of you that just watch the videos. Right, we've got a lot of stuff. Games off camera, 2 games, loads of other stuff to chat about. Let's get into it. And here is the draw for the Europa League. It fell at a really awkward time, so we couldn't actually put it live in the video. But we've been drawn against Shakhtar Donetsk. People wanted to see the other draws, so here you are. Here's all the other teams that are through with us. FC Copenhagen are through as well, and they're playing against Inter over 2 legs. So you'd think they'd probably struggle, but they did do well in their group, and I'm pretty certain they won it. They got 15 points from what someone said, which should help our coefficient out massively. Now, remember, at the start of the season, we dropped, as a result of last year, basically, we dropped down to 21st, which meant we lost a Europa League spot or a European place for this season. However, I think as a result of what we and Copenhagen have done this year, we are going to gain it back and maybe go even higher than we were before. So it means next year, it should in theory be back up to 4. I do think it'll be hard for us to get into Europe this year, but next year it might be slightly easier, particularly if we keep improving, but we're just going to have to keep ploughing on. Now, the game we played just before Christmas was away at Lyngby, and unfortunately, we just weren't very good on the night. We were pretty dreadful. Had some chances, but still just weren't very good. Shadrach and Marco Ramkilder's goal. Bravo did get one back for us. The thing is, Ersan missed the game as he picked up a sports hernia and missed, well, he only came back in mid-January, so it's a good time to get injured, to be fair. Svenningsson was injured as well, and we've had to play Josip Jurkovic in the middle. I tried playing him in a slightly different role instead of Cavaliero, and it did not work, so it's definitely where that role will be. It seems to mean that the tactic works much better like that. We got better when we switched the position round, but it wasn't enough, and we were beaten 2-1. And in the one game that we have played after Christmas, we actually put on a really good performance at home against Aalborg, because they're one of the rivals for that championship group place, and beating them in this game was massively important. And not only that, the new boys both got goals in this one. Matthias Hansen scored in 3 minutes into this game. Great stuff on his debut. Arrested Santos for the game against Shakhtar. Then they equalised, which was a bit of a shame, but stuff happens. Then Svenningsson put us back in front before Jan Lund, of all people, scored on his debut as well with a long-range effort into the bottom corner. Good to have some long-range hitters available in the team. A 3-1 win, and I think a fairly deserved one. Now, let's talk about the sort of antics that have gone on over this period. Luckily, this didn't spoil anything because you already knew Jan was coming in and Matthias was already here. So league table-wise, we stand like this. We're 5th in the league, 4 points above Aalborg and AGF. Those two are really our main rivals for that position. However, we are still perfectly within touching distance of both Midtjylland and Brøndby. So we could finish maybe as high as 3rd this season or possibly as low as 7th. I honestly think that 5th is probably where we're going to end up, but that's fine for the season. We get into the championship group. And we've still got a few more games to go. 6 more games to get into this championship group. I think we'll struggle to get into Europe. However, the cup is still available. With Esbjerg in the quarterfinals. God knows where we go after that. You never know. We could win the cup again. I think it's unlikely. But hey, next year, maybe no European games. We could have a real crack at qualifying for it. Randers also went winless in their first 19 games of the season and finally won in their last game against Esbjerg to pick up their first win of the year. Copenhagen have only lost 1 game, but I tell you what, Nordsjælland are giving them one hell of a run for their money this year. They are both out of sight of everyone else. I also won Manager of the Year, and Ersan made the Team of the Year on the subs bench, which was pretty cool. Svenningsson was Danish media and Danish players' Young Player of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. No real huge surprises there. Now, there's been a lot of stuff regarding transfers over this period, but we've actually managed to hang on to, I think, in everyone, really. And there's been a lot of offers coming in, some more than others, though, I must say. So just going through my notes, before we'd even got to the transfer window, Wolfsburg came in for Mariano Bravo and offered a measly 700 grand for him. But then that did prompt the conversation when I turned it down of him wanting to leave. However, I didn't even have to talk to him. Ersan did it and he agreed to stay, which meant that we didn't have to worry about anyone bidding on Mariano Bravo for the entire transfer window. They did bid. We got bids of up to £3 million for it, but I could just keep turning them down. It's great to see. But they weren't from like top tier teams. They were sort of like mid-table Premier League, mid-table Bundesliga sides. So I'm guessing that's kind of showing the level that Bravo's at for us right now. Dan Yazzie has left the club and joined the New York Cosmos on a free transfer. They put in an offer and it was too good to turn down. David Garner has also joined the New York Cosmos for £42,000 with a 50% of the next sale fee clause. I just felt like he wasn't getting the game time and he was starting to complain. We thought, you know what, get some money up front, get some clauses, you know how we do. Gaston Garcia has also left and gone to Argentina, but that gets £750 off the wage bill. I think it was £750, so that was kind of good for me to have. I've also sent a load of players out on loan for this second half of the season. We weren't really exploiting the loan system and getting our players some football. A lot of them were just dwelling in the reserve teams and stuff, so I feel like it was a good time to do that. So there's a huge amount of our players heading out on loan for the second half of the season. Hopefully they can do some good. We did have one fairly solid signing that I was prepared to put on a proper contract, and that's this guy. This is Caleb Morley, an American centre midfielder. 2.5 stars already at 18 years old, 5-star potential. He's ambitious, but he's got great physical stats. I think he's just a solid central midfield player that gives us a little bit of extra bodies in that area, and that's kind of what I wanted. You know, I feel like it was worth putting him on a deal, and he's on an 8-year contract with us as well. 5 years up front. Was it 5? Yeah, at the time I think it was 5 years up front plus another 3 in extensions potentially. So I feel like it's a worthwhile signing, and it saves us spending 200k on a player. Bayern Munich then came in for Jonas Svenningsson, which to me suggests this guy has got some serious talent. I mean, we know that already, but it does suggest that he has a very high potential ceiling because obviously their scouts are better than ours, and you can often tell a lot about your players from what teams are bidding on them, particularly when you feel like they've not reached their sky level yet, which is why I think that Santos is probably quality as well. But yeah, they came in for Svenningsson, and again, I managed to convince him to stay. Ersan couldn't this time convince him to stay. In fact, he wasn't even prepared to talk to him, but that's fine. I did manage to do the old, our atmosphere is really good. That one's worked really nicely this transfer window. I was just messing around with it, and I got Bayern to offer up, at this point anyway, £2.8 million, but they kept removing my non-negotiable clauses that I was putting in. I really hate it when the AI can cheat like that. It can remove non-negotiable clauses. Not the semi-ones, the non-negotiable ones. It's really annoying when it does that, because I sure as shit can't do that. And then the most annoying thing of the transfer window happened. The board accepted a transfer bid for Jonas Svenningsson from Dortmund. I think it was. It was either Dortmund or Bayern. I don't remember, actually. Point is, this is what really fucked me off. And I'm sorry for my language there, but it really, really annoyed me. I had offers up to this point, this was later in the window, of up to £6 million for Jonas Svenningsson, but we could just keep turning them down because he was happy to stay. And then what did the board do? They accepted a bid of £1.3 million because it was too good to turn down. And it's not like we're in bad financial state. We're in £5 million we've got £5 million in the bank. They don't need the money. So what on earth are they doing? Very, very frustrating. Thankfully, they listened when I protested the transfer, and we didn't have any more, because sometimes they'll only let you protest once. Thankfully, we had no more bids for him after that because it was late in the transfer window, so he is staying at least until the summer. I hope that we can get him on another new contract in the summer, and maybe a bit of more reputation could help us keep him. I don't know, because he's got that ambitious trait, and it's going to be a problem. The only deal that we actually had agreed to go through was Luka Micic. I tried to get him to stay, and he wouldn't. He wanted to go to Reading. We'd agreed a £250,000 transfer with the 50% and a friendly and all that jazz, but then it fell through because Reading took too long to actually take contract talks with him. So now he's pissed at me because I didn't sell him. It's my fault, guys. But the key thing was we got through without losing any players, and we strengthened the squad with the likes of Hansen and Lund and Morley in key positions. And that's kind of really what I wanted to do. We're still scouting loads of players. I might have some more guys to show you later in this, but we don't have time for that in this episode because we just simply don't. Right, that's enough jibber jabber. I'm sorry that was a lot, but we had a lot of stuff to discuss. And we got 2 games today, so let's just jump straight into things. Backline, goalkeeper, going to be the same, no worries. In the middle, though, we are going to switch things up a little bit. Shishi is going to be back, of course. I think he picked up a slight knock, and that's why he was missing for that game. Yeah, that makes sense. Morley will come out, and in will come... Oh, who will come in, actually? Jan Lund, perhaps? Maybe Caleb Morley should keep his place in the team. He didn't play that well in the last game, so we might put Jan Lund in that role instead. Hansen is going to drop out of this one, and in will come Sergio Santos. They're much of a muchness at this point. Ersan is still nursing a bit of a knock from his injury, so we'll give him a bit of, maybe come off the bench in this one and go with the fit players of Bravo and Svenningsson. That's probably the team. On the bench, Østegård, Safi, Hansen, Ersan, Rocco, Morley and Zahidi. I'll tell you what, our bench is looking so much stronger with the likes of Hansen and Morley and Ersan and Zahidi. We've got some strong ass bench, and our midfield is looking much better than it was before, that's for sure, particularly on the depth side of things. This was always going to be a difficult situation for us. We've got strength off the bench. We're just going to do our best. You know, we've taken points. The fact is, these guys clearly came second in their group, otherwise they wouldn't be playing us, so they can't be that great, unless they had someone like an Inter Milan in their group, perhaps. Right, so 62% possession for them after 15 minutes, and look at their pass completion as well. That suggests to me that our best bet today might be to switch to doing that sometimes. Maybe just turn off work ball into the box. Actually, no, we'll leave that on for now. Maybe go to counter, though. It's going to be a case of us basically trying to play the spoiler in this game. That's essentially what we have to do. Santos, he could look. He has, you know. Svenningsson, oh, he's won it. Svenningsson's through. Go on, away goal, Jonas. Away goal, Jonas. Oh, what a chance that was. That was the big opportunity of the game. He's good at getting in those positions, but we should have scored there. Svenningsson had a chance to give us an away goal, but looks like we've still got a little bit to offer in this game, though, and that's good to see. That honestly could be the quickest first half I've ever seen on extended highlights. There was, like, nothing, basically. Our chance and a couple of corners for them. We've got through at 0-0. That's good, but we need to try and... I mean, we don't have to. If we got a 0-0 draw, I'd be very, very pleased. There must be some way we can improve, though. Konate's doing well, again. So Moscoots is having a good time on this right, and I'm tempted to move him up to attack since we're getting a bit more out of him, and I'm also tempted to maybe move Carl Rogers Jr. back a little bit, just to give us a little bit more defensive strength on this side of the pitch. Let's go for this in the second half. I just think with Rogers Jr. staying a little bit deeper, he might not get caught quite so high up the pitch, and it might not allow Enner Valencia to double up on us like he has been. Well, Scootser's getting a lot of freedom, so we'll let him continue to play like that. 60 minutes gone. Not a lot going on. We're losing a bit more of the possession, though. And what I would say is we're not completing many crosses, so maybe keeping Moscootsa on support might be actually better so he doesn't put so many crosses in. Santos is having a very, very poor game, so we're going to get Hansen in there, see if he can shake things up a little bit, as has Bravo, so perhaps it's time for Ersan to come in as well. Just some fresh legs, see how we do. Butko, get out to him. Janvier? Oh, good grief. I mean, that's a bit annoying. Like, they've been better than us, totally, I agree. But we've actually defended really solidly in most areas of this team and blocked them from doing anything uber creative. And just to get... I mean, it's an absolute thunderbolt from Janvier. But god damn it, guys. Right. Also throw it on attacking. I know we've got to be careful, and a 1-0 defeat wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but an away goal would be so important. A 1-1 would be the best thing in the world right now. I mean, a 1-0 defeat is not the worst thing. Don't let him have another one of those. Come on. Oh, God. Bojan with the strike now in the bottom corner. This is frustrating because defensively we've actually been quite good in this game in places, and they've managed to get 2 really good strikes, and that's kind of it. Chance creation for them has been pretty much non-existent. I thought we had this covered, and it's just, bottom corner from... They just got better players, unfortunately. I think it's looking like it's going to be a 2-0 defeat here in Ukraine. Obviously, they're the better side. They're lots of the ball, way more shots than us, mostly from range, though. And the 2 goals that they did score, it's like, Christ, if Svenningsson has the best chance of the entire football match. But there you go. Sometimes teams are just going to be better than you, and they just had better players. A long ranger and a lovely goal from Bojan. It's going to be a struggle. Copenhagen lost 2-0 to Inter as well, which is a shame. Okay, so we had the Odense game away from home in between the 2 Shakhtar games, and based on the way that the first game against Shakhtar went, I thought, you know what, this game is important because we need to keep the pressure on the teams around us. Both AGF and Aalborg won, so we can't afford to lose ground. So we played our full strength side, few little changes. Ersan started, Hansen started, and Morley started, and we were fantastic on the night, to be honest. Perfect game. Ersan scored a first half hat-trick. Bravo won the penalty, but Ersan took it because he was on a hat-trick. We got an own goal from a Moscootsa cross. Mariano Bravo added one after dispossessing the defender. They got a bit of a goalmouth scrambly one. We had a goal disallowed for Lever as well. It could have been worse for them, to be honest. We had so many good chances in this game. They got a player on a 4.6 as well. Paraskivas Kapitanos conceded the penalty, and he lost the ball to Bravo, which allowed him to score the goal, the 5th goal as well. So not a good day for him. But today we're against Shakhtar Donetsk. We're 2-0 down from the first leg. It's going to be bloody difficult. My thoughts have kind of turned more towards securing our championship group space, but you never know. So for today's game, we're going to start the same sort of way, but we're also going to start the game on attacking and just kind of go for it because we have no choice. We're 2-0 down. We can't afford to beat around the bush here. I just think they're a better side than us. Ersan did limp off in that game, as did Jonas Svenningsson, but they are both fit for today's game. However, Ersan might be about... Then again, he played so well in that last match. I'm still tempted to go with Mariano Bravo up front today because he's got that fitness levels and he's right there. Morley in the midfield, probably... He did play well, but I'm still probably... You know what? No, we're going to keep Caleb Morley in for this one. I think he deserves it. But Hansen, although I mean, he played excellently in that game as well. I do still think that Sergio Santos is going to be the man for the job in today's game. Got that link up a bit better. On the bench, Østegård, Saifi, Hansen, Ersan, Rocco, Kovalchik, and Zahidi. Right, let's get into this. We'll change it to attacking the moment we get into the game. Right, so changes we want to make. We're going to go straight to attacking from the beginning. We are not going to close them down as much, but we are going to get stuck in a little bit more. Play with a bit higher tempo a little bit. That's my plan for today's game. I don't think it's going to work somehow, but we'll give it our best shot. The best we can hope for is a miracle here. We didn't really look like scoring other than that Svenningsson chance in the first leg. That was the only real opening we had. In the entire game, to be honest. They don't have to do anything. They just have to come here and sit and grab an away goal against us. But, you know, we'll leave ourselves open by going more attacking. I'm aware of that. But we're not going to haul back a 2-goal deficit against a team like Shakhtar without going for it, unfortunately. But look at Valencia. My God. He's going to be so key for them today. Look at this. 68% possession in this game. Holy hell. Teams coming to Greenland really are getting it. And I do wonder if actually the fact that we are in Greenland is genuinely starting to have an effect on teams coming to our ground. Rogers Jr. now has the likes to switch ball to other flanks trait. And it's bloody brilliant because he keeps flipping the ball across to his teammates. And it's excellent. Rogers Jr. Ball in. Santos. Shishi. Morley saved by Baumann, and this has been a very good first 15. We've been really, really good in this game so far. I think we're going to have a hell of an advantage in these home games in Europe, although Svenningsson's now picked up a gashed head. He should be all right to carry on, though, I think. They've clearly come here to actually try and defend the lead, and that's exactly what they're doing. And that's a problem. I don't know how we're going to break these guys down in the second half of this game, particularly if they get a goal. Loses out. Here we go. Svenningsson still nursing a slight knock, I think. We might have to look for Ersan in the second half, though, if he's going to continue being a little bit injured. Svenningsson, can he dig a cross out? Goes for Moskutsa. Rogers Jr., just drop it inside for someone. Morley. Rogers Jr. Ah, they're getting so many bodies in those areas. I do wonder if we want to just start lumping balls into the box for this second half. Get some balls into the box, create some chaos, and try and win some headers against these guys. My assistant reckons we need to hit more direct passing and early crosses, and I'm kind of saying that might be not such a bad idea in this game. Morley's been really good. Right, so what we're saying, let's go hit early crosses and a tiny bit more direct play. We might as well close them down more. They're not in a position to really complain about that kind of thing right now. We're just going to try and harry them off the ball for the second half. We still need 3 goals, really. I mean, 2 would only take it to extra time, and they'd still be able to get an away goal and kill us. We need 3 second half goals. I don't see it happening myself, but you never know. Svenningson's injury, I don't think he's safe to carry on in this game. I'm going to get Ersan on instead. And I'd also be tempted to maybe go with Zahidi, because Bravo has not had a good match either. It'd be nice if we were capable of winning the game on the night. I'd be quite happy if we did that. Morley. Moskutsa. Go on, son. Ball in. Ersan is in! Literally within seconds of coming onto the pitch. Ersan Bayram with the goal. B67 1. Shakhtar Donetsk 0. Is there still a faint glimmer of hope of us getting through to the next round of the Europa League? They've not offered much today. Morley's ball outside for Moskutsa, and he's painstakingly chipped that brilliant, lovely header from Ersan Bayram. He was excellent in the last game, and he scored another goal. That's 28 this year in all competitions. Great stuff right then. So Santos is on a 6.7, and Bravo's there. I think, personally, both of them need a rest in this game. Bravo off. Zahidi, he's got that little bit of extra pace and dribbling ability. He's got that left foot as well. We need something like that. Shishi's ball in. Headed away. Right, 76 minutes on the clock. We've been very, very good on the night. We lead 1-0, but we need another goal. Thinking maybe pushing Hansen onto attack. Maybe getting these guys onto attack as well. They've both been fantastic. To be honest, I've been pretty pleased with a lot of these players. And maybe going to overload for the final few moments of this match. For all our bluster, we've not created a huge number of really good chances. Only 2, really. And they've created nothing in this game. Don't get me wrong. That's offside. Surely Zahidi's offside. He must be offside. Yeah, he is offside. Ah, dear. That's the moment we were looking for. And now Shishi's picked up a pulled hamstring. That is possibly the worst news that we could have imagined right now. And now I can't even take him off. Because that means he'll miss the Esbjerg game, which is so important for us coming up next. We need to win that one at home. And without Shishi in that midfield, we could struggle. You know how important he is to us. When we lost, even when we were playing the other tactic, when Shishi wasn't around, we struggled. Curtin, Wood, round the post. They've not hit the shot on target yet. Janvier, Wood, long ranger. No? Valencia, great tackle from Rogers Jr. Another great tackle from Rogers Jr. Well done, Carl. Zahidi probably can't do... Oh, actually he can. We've got men over. Zahidi, right, options, back post. Go on, son. Ball in. Moskutsa! Oh, what a... Yes! Fabian Moskutsa with the goal. I'm so apologizing for that noise, but we've equalised in the 93rd minute. Fabian Moskutsa, of all people, B67 2, Shakhtar Donetsk 2, and we're probably going to extra time. Zahidi's ball in. Brilliant first-time strike from Moskutsa. Comes back to him, and he has another pop at it. What a strike that is. It's 2-2 on the night on aggregate. Holy shit. We've been very, very good, though. And you'd fancy us over another 30 minutes to keep playing this well. I do worry about Shishi, though. That's my main concern. Then again, if his contribution is to just stand there and pass the ball to a few people for this second half, and that ends up putting us through to the next round of the Europa League, despite all the odds, then long may it continue, mate. You have a long-ass rest. We do deserve to win this, based on the way we've played. Moskutsa has been an absolute champion tonight. I can't believe that... I can't believe he got on the end of that first one by being... he's that good in the 93rd minute of the game after bombing down that wing the entire match. The fact that he got on the end of that is insane. A goal and an assist for him tonight. But it's not only that, it's that... Should we go on attacking still? We played really well today on attacking. I'm tempted to go back onto it. Cross completion has been astonishingly good in this game. I feel like there's one more opportunity in this game for us. And someone could potentially be a massive hero. For us to overturn anything in this would be just unheard of. Zahidi! That's surely offside. I think that is offside. And yep, that's his second goal offside in this game. We're certainly threatening. I wonder what the attendance is like tonight. I hope it's near a full house. That'd be a load more money for us. Well, yeah, he's definitely offside there, but another good finish from him. He's showing me something. That's good enough. Well, half-time and extra time. Shakhtar have still not had a shot on target in this game. We've been sublime. We just need to keep lumping balls into the box. I'm actually wondering if pump ball into the box isn't a bad idea for this second half. And I still fancy our chances on penalties, and it does look as though it's going to go that way. There's 4 minutes left in extra time. I think just our fitness levels in the end have just caught up with us towards the end of this match, and we've just not been quite strong enough to actually, just not been quite strong enough to muster anything in extra time. We've pretty much just been waiting for the penalties. Bravo is on the pitch, though, so there is that. He's pretty much going to be good for a penalty, you'd have to say. Rogers Jr., he can't quite get there. I mean, they're just as dead on their feet as we are, but Rogers Jr. does brilliantly. Zahidi, right, this is where we need that man at the back post. Ball in. Ersan, saved. I mean, first really good chance of the game. I think there is now a wasp in the room, just to add insult to injury at this point. We've got like 50 seconds left in this match, and he's just kicked it straight out of play, the goalkeeper there. Rogers Jr. with a huge tackle. Zahidi, a bit of fresh legs for him at least. Out wide for Ersan. Leave it for Moscuza, mate. Don't... Oh. Ah, no. He should have just left it and got in the box. And that's probably going to do it, I think. There it is. It's gone to penalties. Holy hell. I tell you what, Zahidi's pretty good from pens as well. And, oh, crap. Nope. Bravo's not on the pitch, is he? In that case, there's your penalties. Let's do this. This episode is probably going to be super long because of this. Imagine if we managed to get through from that first leg. I don't think we will. I have a horrible feeling that we're going to be out on our feet here and Shakhtar take the lead. The fact that we've even managed to pull it back and get to the point where we're actually winning 2-0 on the night. Zahidi scores his pen, right? Okay, we're level on the night. Malyshev to step up. And it's scored. Ersan Bayram now to step up. And he's scored as well. Good stuff. Our strikers have both put one away. Enna Valencia now to step up. And he scored as well. 3-2. No penalties missed so far. Out on his feet, Caleb Morley, the 18-year-old American, has scored a goal. Wow, from the penalty spot, albeit. Bojan with the chance to make it 4. And, oh, God, keeper just could have stood there and picked that up. No penalties missed so far. Matthias Hansen, the new boy. Can he do it? And he does put it down the middle. 4-all. No penalties missed so far. Liko Giannis stepping up. If he saves this, oh my God, he's put it in. 5-4, no penalties missed. It's destiny, isn't it? Fabian Moscuza, the man stepping up to take the final penalty for us, potentially. He's been the man of the match by far. A goal, an assist. Can he keep us in the Europa League from the penalty spot? I have a horrible feeling he's about to miss this. He looks absolutely wasted on the pitch. Moscuza steps up and he's hit the crossbar. And what a story. Oh, dear. 5-4 on penalties. We're eliminated from the Europa League. Moscuza, the hero, but then also there's... Oh, no, he's still my absolute hero for the way he brought us back into this game today. Wow. Such a shame to go out the way that we did, but we fought bloody hard. So that is us out of the Europa League. What a shame. What a massive shame that is. So I guess the next episode makes sense if we do it as the final 2 games here of that stage. So Esbjerg, AGF, Randers, Brøndby. So we'll come back and do the Sønderjyske game. And then the quarter-final of the Danish Cup against Esbjerg. A win there puts us into the semis and still gives us a chance at qualifying for Europe next year. Maybe. Anyway, I'm sorry it turned out the way that it did, but if you have enjoyed the episode, do smash a like on it, just for us even taking that to penalties. That would be amazing. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. Turn the bell on or something, you'll get some notifications. Oh, we got 9,000 people for that game. Great stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.